I got threats for making a Love Island Labubu Dubai chocolate cookie. Let's talk about the worst parts about being an influencer with buldak and Korean corn dogs. I did a fun video that was partially satire of me making that super trendy cookie, and people were literally telling me that I don't deserve to exist. Imagine having one of the worst days you've had in such a long time. Something that you can't even talk about on the internet is happening in your personal life, and then you go online to see a bunch of strangers telling you to unalive yourself just because you made a freaking cookie. That is the world we live in, folks. I know hate comments are gonna happen and it's part of the job, but actually, why is that the case? Why are hate comments so normalized? Another thing I want to discuss that I feel like people don't talk about enough is, especially towards the beginning of your career, it is so hard not to tie your value as a person to your views. And I know that might sound stupid to some people, but this is a career where the results are quite literally directly based on who you are or what type of content that you're putting out. I'm actually a pretty new content creator. I only started posting this type of content in January of 2025. I didn't know that it's super natural for views to fluctuate for, a variety of reasons, algorithm changes, time of year, etc. And so the first few times that I had these really big dips in views for a few weeks, I was so depressed. I was like, oh my god, my career was a fluke. They decided they hate me. My views are gonna be like this forever. Views being down are not always directly tied to you or the content that you're putting out. Sometimes it's fully out of your control, but it can be really, really hard to remember that when you have so much relying on getting good views and good engagement. Another thing that is really hard for me about being a creator is always having to entertain and be on no matter what is happening in my personal life. For example, if I find out one of my family members is not doing well and I have a brand deal that I already signed a contract and I have to film and put out by a certain day, I have to do that. I have to sit in front of the camera and I have to perform and I have to act like nothing is wrong, because if I don't put out the video, I could get sued. So of course we're gonna save the rest for later.